Hi, Tiffany here for Manor House Creations. Today we're going to be altering a picture frame. This I picked up at a craft store. I believe it was like a dollar or so. And they're really fun, and I figured that with the holidays coming up, it'd be perfect project to give as a gift, or I'm going to make mine as a decoration for my home. So let's get started. I'm going to be using these glitter mini roses. Really pretty. I'm going to be using the white ones. You can see here, these white ones here, they're really pretty. The gold glitter on them, perfect with this paper collection. I'm also going to be using these ones. These are the Capri roses. Oh my goodness, these are so gorgeous. And there's like this, I can't tell if it's like a purple pink color, and then the silver, really pretty. Okay, and also I'm going to be using one of these. These are the Country Lane Pretty Collection. Love these. What I did first is I'm going to take this Distress Stain in Picket Fence, and I'm going to finish adding it to my frame here. You can see I've already done some. I'm going to do a couple layers. Of this stain. So I'm going to be doing 2 layers of paper here. So flip this over, and I'm just lining it up pretty well because I'm going to be sanding it, so so it's not, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to take it, and you want to cut on a glass mat. I find that that is, oops. For me, it works better than a self-healing. Okay, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I want these holly leaves and the little the ornaments on the frame. So I'm going to try to line it up to where I could feel. I'm trying to feel where, you know, the image is, and it's not going to be perfect, which is fine. I'm going to be using some Mod Podge to adhere it, and then after the Mod Podge dries, then what we're going to do is we're going to sand it. So, you know, all these imperfections you probably see, we're going to sand it. If you don't like Mod Podge, you can use glue and seal. You can use I believe some type of wet glue is best for this because you want it to stick really well. We're not going to be adding any on top, just as a glue for the paper. So if your paper has script or a certain type of pattern, you want to make sure that it's lined up the right way. My frame is going to be, this is going to be the top and this is going to be the bottom, so I want it to be like this. So let's line this up. Okay. I'm just going to take this, smooth it out really well. You don't want any curling on the bottom layer. Okay, so I'm going to just be using a regular nail file. You can find these at the dollar store, a grocery store, wherever. It's just a cheap one. So I'm just going to sand this away. see, you could see that it's beginning to be flush with the frame. So I'm going to add the top layer with some Mod Podge and another so we're gonna add it to the okay, so the top layer has dried pretty much all the way. What we're going to do next is we're gonna just sand it like I did the bottom layer. So, okay, so the edges are all sanded down, and I'm just gonna kind of feel around to see, I'm gonna try to pick up, see right here. So I wanna tear this back, and you wanna do this with paper that's double-sided because you don't want, you know, no images on the other side. You want it to be nice. Okay, so looks good there. Just gonna come around, and I am going to be folding this, so I need to get my water. So what you're gonna do is you're going to spray it, and then you're going to, you know, fold it back and tear it if you want to, and then when you get it kind of how you want it, you're going to take your heat tool and just heat set it, because then it'll stay in place just like that. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this insert that came inside of the photo frame, and I'm going to add some pattern paper to it, and so that I can use it so that it's a little bit more sturdy than just some pattern paper. So I'm going to see how I want this. So that's gonna be like that, and I want this bird, just cut it out. Okay, and for this, I'm just going to add the paper with my ATG gun. To add this my ATG. So I'm just going to use this punch. It's a Martha Stewart punch. Okay, so it's just going to go like that. That looks a little bit better. I'm going to just add the hot glue on the inside right there so that I can adhere it. Okay. I just want it just peeking out just a tad. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add this gorgeous flower here. This is a Country Lane flower, and it's super gorgeous. So I'm going to take my hot glue, add a generous amount in the middle of the flower because you don't want it to be too much on the outside of the flower because then you cannot, put the embellishments, tuck them under and okay. And I'm going to add this little button just in the center there. Okay, and then I have this scalloped die cut piece from the collection. Just going to add some hot glue to that, almost all the way to the end. Not quite, because I don't want it to be too flat. I like a lot of dimension in my projects. So, okay, I'm going to add this die cut. It has a little Santa and a little angel, and it's a little scene, really cute. So I'm going to add that tucked in so you could just barely see the little Santa there. Add some hot glue, then just tuck it back in there, kind of eyeball it to see where you want it, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take these flowers here, twist them together, and this is one of the Capri roses and the glitter roses, the glitter mini roses. Okay, so we got 2 of those. I'm going to snip off a little bit more of that end there. I'm going to just add those there. Add a generous amount of glue to the stem. And tuck it behind there. Okay. And so I'm going to add 2 of these ones together, and then 1 of the glitter roses. Okay, and snip off the stem again. Add the glue to the stem there. Then just add those right. Okay, I have this twine type ribbon, and I'm just going to add some glue, and I'm going to tuck it behind the button here, which I should have added it before I added the button, but that's all right. I'm going to add this light bulb here. Just some hot glue. It's clear, so he just kind of smushes and levels out there. 1 more of these up here. So I'm going to add the hot glue and then just tuck it behind those flowers. That's why I don't, like I keep saying, I don't like to add so much glue at first, because then you can't keep layering all that goodies together. Okay, I'm actually going to layer some flowers on top of this flower. This flower is so gorgeous, but I feel like it kind of overpowers a little bit. So just gonna add some of these gorgeous flowers here. I'm gonna add those flowers to the top corner there. A little bit of focus on that corner as well. So I just kind of layer them on top of each other. So I found this little tag here, and I just distressed the edges, and then I just have some of this seam binding here. I'm gonna take a little bit And I'm going to mist it with a little bit of brown spray. And what I like to do when I'm working on a project where I don't really know kind of exactly what I'm going to be doing, I like to lay down, this is some like packing material paper you can get in a roll, and I just like to lay it down because it's very thick and you could spray it and, you know, whatever you want to do to it. So you don't really ruin your desk. And okay, so now it's kind of like a tan brownish color. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the tag, I'm going to fold the seam binding in half, put it through, and then the ends here I'm going to loop through the hole, and then just pull. And that gives you a really nice and add it with some hot glue. Very generous amount. Okay, so I'm going to just tuck it in here, kind of wave it a little bit, so I'm pushing up so that it kind of, you know, looks like it's so it's not flat, basically. I'm going to take the rest of this little seam binding here. I'm going to take and make a little bow. I'm just going to add the bow to the tag. Just like that. Okay, and that completes our project. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.